No.
You turn in the lease, no, what? You didn't make any in the lease.
You're lucky if you have to pay it.
Yeah.
Open the meeting, pledge of flag.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Felix saying amen.
The only person who has signed up to speak today is Marlon Beal.
Yep. I was here last meeting, and each one of you agreed to meet the next day to petition the PSC for that, charging the businesses or with the, extra charge that is needed after all the, hydro is used. How did that go?
I contacted them and to find out the start of the process, and there's not really too much for me to do at this moment because there's a new administration coming in.
Can you speak along?
I sent an email and contacted them, and they did get back to me because I contacted NIMPA, but the process was going to be such that I'm going to leave it for Levante to do it because I'd only be starting it and I can't really do anything myself.
But did you talk to them about the 2018 thing that you told me that had been enacted, that we have the right to get the
Yeah.
charge of businesses?
Oh yeah, I've been discussing with them about that for almost the last year. I'm leaving all the emails and the emails for,
You mean they've known about it all this time, they've been trying to work on it?
yeah. We had a phone discussion a few months ago to discuss solar because Harry wanted to put a solar farm there. And one question we had with the hydro allotment that we get, whether that would interfere with the hydro allotment. And as long as it's behind the meter, there is no interference. And there's been some ongoing discussions, and it's all recorded in the emails.
See, the hydro
So that'll be passed on.
belongs to the residents first.
It's actually for industry. The residents benefit from it. But yeah,
Okay.
the groundwork is laid. And
Well,
I want to give the next mayor like a softball.
all right. We'll leave it up to John.
I have to read the email before I.
I'll be checking on you. Thank you.
Yeah, you've got the, I've got the video of that last meeting about the solar panels and everything saved for you.
Yes.
It's all going on a external hard drive that's being backed up right now.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot more than I got.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it sounds good to me, but thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Is someone's phone ringing? No? Okay. Minutes of the March 7th meeting, March 9th meeting, and 16th special meeting.
Make a motion to accept the minutes for all three meetings as written.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Bills. Any additions to the bills are sent?
No, but we do have one change here. It's mid-state. It's on page 8. It should read 118.47 instead of 123.47. So it went down $5.
Make a motion, we pay the bills as amended?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Correspondence. So we've got a few emails here. Back in December 2021, 400 NICOM's members signed a letter to the Governor of Hochul calling for an inflationary adjustment of $210 million to AIM funding. That they have not increased AIM funding for the past 13 years, and this letter is to request that New York State increase the AIM funding. what did it increase by? Oh, there it is. Yeah, because they've left it at $150 million, they left it $210 million, and with that, it's not worth $210 million anymore. So, yeah, okay. This is a resolution for me to sign the letter, because I haven't signed it yet. Whereas AIM funding plays a pivotal role in funding essential municipal services such as water, sewer, public works, police, fire, and ambulance for cities and villages across New York State, and the state has not increased AIM funding for 13 years, and AIM funding has been eroded as a result by roughly 29% over that time period. That was the line I was actually looking for. The New York State Conference of Mayors and nearly 400 of its members has signed on to a letter for the governor requesting an inflationary increase of $210 million to AIM funding, and the governor's executive budget proposed keeping AIM funding flat, and the New York State Senate and Assembly have included an increase of $210 million and $150 million respectively to AIM funding in their one-house budgets, and an increase of AIM funding would reduce the local tax burden and help revitalize communities across New York, and now therefore be resolved that the Village of Rouses Point urges Governor Hochul to work with leaders of the Senate and Assembly to increase AIM funding in the 2022-23 adopted state budget. I make the motion that I sign the letter.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. The initial engineering planning grant requisition submitted totaling $115,000 for inflow and infiltration study project will be paid sometime today, which is March 17th, time of this email, by wire transfer to the bank account provided. Has that arrived, Arsen?
Yes, it has.
Great. Is there any other correspondence today?
At this point in time, Mr. Mayor, what I'd like to do is, Treasurer Letourneau has presented the 2022 to 2023 tentative budget to me before the deadline of March 21st in pursuit of Village Law 5-508. And I must present the tentative budget to the board at a regular meeting, which is going to be today. The Board of Trustees must review the tentative budget in accordance with Village Law 50508, subsection 2. So at this time, I'd like to present the tentative budget. I'd like to thank Arsen Letourneau for getting this done in such a short period of time to meet those deadlines. So at this time, Mr. Mayor, I would ask to schedule this for a public hearing at the next regular board meeting of April the 4th.
I make a motion to have a budget hearing at the next meeting, April the 4th.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Is that all for correspondence, sir?
That's all that I have for correspondence.
Okay. I've got a resolution here. Whereas the Board of Trustees deems it advisable to make certain modifications to 2021-2022 village budget, be it therefore resolved, the treasurer is authorized and directed to make the following modifications of the village budget for fiscal year 2021-2022. A decrease to the treasurer equipment and office computer by $1,500, a decrease of the clerk equipment office and computer by $1,000, a decrease in the clerk contract professional services by $1,800, a decrease in buildings capital outlay project number 3 by $7,000, a decrease in central data processing equipment computer by $500, a decrease in street lighting contractual and other by $9,500, and a decrease in youth agencies program by $3,850 for a total decrease of $25,150 to be appropriated to the appropriations fund.
5410 should be sidewalks, not street lighting.
It's supposed to be just,
The account number is correct, just title's wrong.
title wrong, okay. I make this motion as a roll call vote.
Trustee Pelkey?
Aye.
Well, there wasn't a second yet.
Oh,
Second.
There we go.
Trustee Pelkey?
Aye.
Trustee Leonard?
Aye.
Trustee Rodriguez?
Aye.
Trustee Arno?
Aye.
And Mayor?
Aye. Okay. Trustee Arno?
We had a, how can I say it here? I'd like to give our condolences to the mayor and the village trustees to Greg McCallum. He had a brother that passed last week, or a week and a half ago. And also, I'd like to thank all the people that voted for me in the village, and thank you very much. And I went to the Historical Society meeting Wednesday night, and they're pretty concerned about their railroad station. It needs, the bricks has to be pointed on there, and that wasn't brought up at a budget meeting or nothing, but it looks pretty bad up there around the building. So just for your information. That's all I have.
Station bricks. Trustee Menard?
The only thing I have tonight is I would like to thank the Civic Center crew. I had a couple good compliments this week. Talking to some of the village people, said that the crew has been very cooperative and done a very good job over the winter. So thank you very much. And that's all I have.
Trustee Pelkey?
Yes, I have one thing. The Stars and Stripes Committee is having a comedy for the cause night on April 1st at the American Legion. There's two comedians that are gonna be there on Friday. It starts at 7:30, and that's at the American Legion Post 912 at 29 Pratt Street. Admission is $20, and after the 26th, it goes to $25. You can buy your tickets at the American Post 912, Lakeside Coffee, Best Friends Diner, or West Liquor Store. And this is a fundraiser for the Stars and Stripes Committee. That's all I have.
Trustee Rodriguez?
I'm just gonna request an executive session and talk with our lawyer about the Rider Act.
What?
The Rider Act.
Oh, the Rider Act.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nah. Passes. Other reports?
I do have one thing that I'd like to mention is, Ethan brought it to my attention that we have 2 surplus skate sharpeners here at the Civic Center. And somebody has approached Ethan as far as wanting to purchase one of them. I did reach out to Nikon to see if it needed to go out to bid because it is classified as surplus. There's no need for it to go out to any type of bid. But I did reach out to Ethan to see what the individual is willing to pay for the skate sharpener. That hasn't been in use for some period of time. And the gentleman is willing to put an offer in of $20. So I don't know if that's something that the board wishes to accept. It's been sitting here for quite a while.
Yeah, if it's not being used, I mean, we might
It's
as
just taking up space.
well let somebody take it. I make a motion that we accept the bid.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any other reports?
That's all I have.
You're shaking your head no. Cooper, anything?
No, sir.
Oh,
Not to
John,
say
can you
you-
just mention to everybody about Chapman, your conversation that you had
Oh,
with
wait.
us?
We've contacted David, who owns the building at 4345 Chapman. The crew is doing the demo, is in Denimar at this time. As soon as they get done up there and get cleaned up, they're coming down here. I got involved in Friday. The company that's gonna do the demo insisted that he make all the junk around the place gone before they arrive. And I advised him that had to be done. But it's progressing along pretty well as far as that goes. I'll believe it when I see it, because I've spent a year.
Is there a deadline, John? Did you give him like a date?
Yeah, we did, and then when he come up with the contract and things, so we had to abide by contract, but the crew is on the move, so they are headed here, so.
So he did give you a start date?
No, he's gotta wait for the crew, he's gotta get this stuff off his lot before he gets a start date. He says he's got William, who the heck ever that is, up there working on it now. I didn't see any activity today.
No.
No.
Me
But
neither.
if you do, give me a call, will you? Because I only go by in the morning.
I can follow up with the attorney too, because I haven't heard much of anything that's going on with that building, but I could follow up with the attorney this week and find out.
You didn't send him a copy of the contract?
Everybody has a copy of the demo contract.
I don't think I ever got it.
You didn't receive that? It
Don't
was
think so.
emailed to everybody.
I don't believe I did.
The original start date on the contract was supposed to be March 21st, but
I know there was a day we moved back, or it was sometime in February, but I don't think I got a copy of the demo contract.
but there was, it said that's a tentative date in the contract. They couldn't give us an exact date. So that's why I had John reach out to Dave last week, just to make sure we're still on schedule. He reached out, as he said. But I think what we should do at this point in time, John, is if they don't proceed to clean up the debris around the building, possibly send out violation.
We do that, because we've given more than enough time to go to get rid of the junk and move the things out there. And of course, the minute they start, the fence will have to come down on that property, and they allowed 3 days for that. They said they'd give me 3 days. So it's gonna take them a day to clean up the lot. And as we stated, there has to be a building lot when done. The fill canopy from the building cannot be put back in the hole. It has to be a regular building lot when it's done.
So I'd reach out to Dave and tell him that, the debris needs to be removed.
Okay, I'll email them again tomorrow morning.
And we had conversation where you're gonna reach out to the demo contractor as well.
I'm gonna try to go up there and check on them, because I am gonna go up there.
Thank you.
Is that everything?
That's it. That was what we did, our big project for hopefully this month.
Any public comment? Going once, twice, 3 times, and no. And for the very last thing, I'd like to thank everybody that supported me. It's been an interesting year and a half. Mr. Lavani, can you come up here?
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Good luck to you.
That will need to go in the drawing.
What's that?
That will need to go in the drawing. Ceremonial passing of the hammer. Because I got it back in the drawer here. But
I was gonna bring it back, I promise.
You may have one anyway, so.
Yeah, I got one anyway, but.
Again, thank you all, and motion to adjourn.
Recess.
For the,
Recess.
to recess for the executive.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, okay.
We're in recess. Why is everybody sitting around? So you're gonna need this. I have a video and a note for the
Thanks, everybody.
appointment station break.
Yeah.
The guy probably can reach out to you.
I just need to get that stable.
I'll back you up.
I didn't realize that.
It's gotta get cleaned up so that they can start.
Or do you think then we would just bring it over?
Yeah.
They can still work for somebody else.
They're not stringing, they're not stringing. Harry can choose, if he chooses to stay in the village, it's already agreed in principle. And